Welcome to Fox and Thoughts. This is what this channel was supposed to be about. Okay, so this is week 1. Let me just write this down for you. Okay, so it's just as usual as all my other videos. You can have me on in the background while you do things. This is basically like a podcast without the pod or the cast, whatever that is. It's a collection of random thoughts, and as I said, this is what this channel was supposed to be when I named it Fox and Thoughts. It was supposed to be a bunch of my thoughts and stuff. Mainly, it's going to be on writing and maybe movies and books, maybe, and also some just random things. It's just stuff that I've collected over the week. And when I say over the week, I mean last week, because I recorded it a week later. I was going to do it last week, but ended up not happening. Anyway, so don't expect things to flow, but I'll try my best. So the first thought of the week was, when can writers give advice to other writers? So as I'm looking at all these writing advice articles and stuff like that, I'm starting to wonder if you have to be a certain level of writer to be able to give advice to writers. But the thing is, all kinds of level writers are giving advice to all kinds of level writers. So I was thinking, okay, I'd search writing advice on YouTube. And the problem with YouTube is that, you're logged in, right? So it's going to cater to whatever they think that you'll be interested in, right? So I don't know if when you also look up writing advice on YouTube that you get these same results. So anyway, do you have to be one of these people? These famous people? I don't know if all of them are famous. I mean, Neil Gaiman? Is that how you pronounce his name? I actually don't know. Margaret Atwood. And this channel called Film Courage it's a video that's titled, "If You Can't Answer These 6 Questions, You Don't Have a Story," by this guy, Glenn Gers. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. 3.9 million views from 2 years ago. That's a lot of views. So do you have to be like someone who's been published, is famous? And that when you get to that level, then when you give writing advice, then is that credible? However, could you be one of these people, like Abby Emmons, or Jerry B. Jenkins? The top 2 I'm actually subscribed to, so maybe that's why they're showing it to me. I don't know. The third person is Ellen Brock. I don't know who she is. I've never watched any of her videos, but she came up as the other sort of people when I looked up writing advice on YouTube. Her video, 5 Ways to Write Better Paragraphs, was what came up. For Abby Emmons, it was How to Write Great Dialogue, and it's shown that I've watched this one, and I have. And Jerry B. Jenkins is How to Write a Novel, My Proven 12-Step Process. So he's published, I think he's published a bunch of books. Abby Emmons has a few books that she's published. I can't remember if she self-published them or it was traditionally published. I'm not sure. And Ellen Brock, I don't know anything about her. I don't know. I really don't know anything about her. Are these the people that are credible? Because they're not like super famous, but they are kind of famous, but they are published. So are these the people that can give the writing advice? Or if you're an editor, or if you're a teacher, like a creative writing teacher. So when can writers give advice to other writers? If you imagine something like someone who can make scrambled eggs, they can't give a pro chef cooking advice, can they? Or can they? Because if you're on the receiving side of the food, then you can give advice on how to better please the customers. Like maybe you can do it more this way or more that way. But isn't writing different? Because writing is an intellectual skill as well. Writing can also be subjective. There are horrible books that sell despite bad writing. So is it that not all readers care about good writing? I was wondering about this a lot because all these writing advice articles, some of them are just by people who I guess study books, writing, and how a good book is structured and that sort of thing. And then there are also people who are, published authors, or they're famous in writing somehow, or they're editors or they're teachers, And then there are people that are just, they're not published, they're like me. Am I credible enough to give writing advice? So I can claim like I have like 15 years experience or something, right? And then I can say, because of this experience, my word is credible. Like you can trust me that this is the way to do it. Or can I? Can't I? I don't know. Advice is a really weird thing, isn't it? Because like your friend comes to you with a problem and they ask for your advice. You might not be an expert at all, but you still give advice, don't you? Are you credible? And you're credible in the eyes of the friend because you're their friend, right? But what about complete strangers, like complete stranger writers and stuff like that? So what do you think? When can writers give advice to other writers? Or do we not even think about that? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter as long as you think that that person is credible, then that's what matters. So anybody can give writing advice. Even a 10-year-old can give writing advice. And if a 50-year-old thinks a 10-year-old is trustworthy and credible, then they can follow the 10-year-old's writing advice. That's an extreme case. Could that happen? I don't know. Moving on. So, second one is secret, worst, best, famous, bad, top. And as you see, if you're watching the screen, if you're not watching the screen, let me tell you, I have 4 writing advice video clips, thumbnail with description and title things, screenshots on the screen, and one of them is from Shaylin Writes, my top 12 writing tips, advice that changed how I write. Another one is Margaret Atwood. This one already came up. It says Margaret Atwood's top 5 writing tips. This is by the National Center for Writing. And also we have this channel named Karen Westwood. Westwood, that's a nice last name. Terry Pratchett's writing tips, writing advice from famous authors. Writing advice from famous authors is written in all caps, by the way. And then we have a picture of the famous, I don't know the name of this actor, from The Godfather. The channel is writer Brandon McNulty, and it's the 5 best, with best in all caps, plot devices in storytelling, parentheses, writing advice. So, you see a lot of this. I guess it's a marketing thing to use, like top this, top that, famous, secret, this is the worst, this is the best, this is bad, horrible. Okay, so in my screen I wrote, I hate this algorithm eye-catching title technique. Must we do it? So at the time that I had this thought that I thought I hate this, I actually don't really hate it. It's kind of a must to catch the algorithm, but I feel like, nothing is the best because some of the best have not worked for me or for others, and some of the top has not been helpful for me or for others, so you cannot trust it. And famous doesn't mean credible, does it? So even though I do think this, because of how algorithms work and how marketing works and SEO and all that, SEO is search engine optimization, right? So yeah, because of how that works, you kind of have to do it, right? So I don't like it, but And I'm not saying that the people who do it are bad people or anything. They're not. They have to do it. They have to do it to catch the algorithm's eye. It can't be helped. You have to. So that's that. Okay, so this next one is something that actually I've been struggling with. Okay, so this is a very personal thing. It's called Fox and Thoughts. There's going to be some personal things in here. Showing writing process is hard. Okay, so I went to writer Instagram Google search, and it gave me these photos in the Google image search, all these pictures of books spread out around a laptop computer or a computer, often a laptop computer, in a cafe, in some kind of aesthetic home. There's some coffee, maybe there's some snack nearby, maybe there's a notebook. It's all very brown and beige and white and gray. The aesthetic. But in reality, writing is not a coffee or tea sitting aesthetically by sunlit windows surrounded by many lovely books situation. In reality, what you see a writer doing is sitting at a desk typing, or sitting at a table writing in a notebook. You're not actually seeing the actual process, because the problem is everything is in the head. You're just typing, just like a student writing their essay. It's not like artists where you can actually show the sketch and then the mixing of the paints and then applying the colors and then giving it shadow or light and background and all that stuff. And it's not like a chef showing their process from picking out the ingredients, explaining why they're picking out these ingredients, what kind of food they're going to make, cutting up the ingredients, cooking the ingredients and making the dish and putting the dish together if it's a fancy restaurant, all that stuff. You can show the process from start to finish. The problem is that you can't do that with writing. How do you do that with creating a book? How do you do that? How? I have no idea how. Yeah, so I really don't. And I've been thinking a lot about this, like how, because I want to show that in Instagram, and I have no idea what to do. I also don't know if readers are interested in writing process, because they don't relate, right? If you're just a reader and you don't write anything, you're not going to understand why this is an issue. You're going to see this writing process thing as really technical, possibly anything related to technical things with writing. Other writers are going to be interested. But if you want to attract readers to Instagram, to your Instagram page, you're going to have to, I don't know, are readers interested in a writing process? I'm not sure if I was, because when I first started writing, and the first book that I ever became really interested in the author and everything was Princess Academy by Shannon Hale, but after that, more so, The Goose Girl by Shannon Hale, which is one of my favorites. And what I was interested about the author was, where do they live? Are they married? How old are they? Do they have pets? What other hobbies do they like? What was their inspiration behind the book? Some of the lore, like there was some magic. How did they come up with the magic? Like, how does the magic work? What is their favorite scene? Who is their favorite character? That sort of thing. And this was before I got into writing, so I wasn't really interested in the process. I didn't even know about how much editing a writer does at that point. So I wouldn't have really been interested in it. So I don't know. Are other people like this? Are you like this? Let me know. So the next thought was that Instagram is kind of quiet. Yeah, this is on screen right now. I have my Instagram profile page, my Instagram wall grid. I don't know, profile page. It's Foxwood Author, one word, Foxwood Author, by the way. This is from, last week. This is from last week, so it's going to look a little bit different right now. But anyway, you can follow me and leave comments there too. Looking for those comets. Lots of comets falling from the sky. Okay. So the fifth thought I had is, I guess it was related. I don't know why I have this fifth thought here. Seriously, do readers really, really want to know an author's writing process? I never did before I started writing. I'm repeating myself, so I'm just going to move on. So I already did talk about this, didn't I? What I want to know about authors is the lore, maybe any real world inspiration. I don't know why I have so much trouble saying real world. Try saying real world without that pause I put in the middle, because otherwise I just cannot say it. Can you say it? Say it right now out loud. See if you can say it. Real war. It's just really hard for me to say. I might also want to know about the author's personal life, like marriage, kids, and where they live. And important, do they have pets? That's kind of important to me. Kind of like a joke, because I don't have a pet now, but I used to have a pet, and I always like to know if other people have pets. When is the book coming? I want to know the book blurb. I don't want to know all those little, oh, this has enemies to lovers. Oh, this has epic quest. Oh, this has, I don't want to know that. I just want to know the blurb. Just tell me the blurb and I'll be happy. Maybe I want to see an aesthetic board. Maybe. Maybe. It depends. I think if it'd be different. If I was already a fan of the author and the book already had come out, then I might want to see an aesthetic board. That might be kind of nice, because then it might reflect what I've already read. You know what I mean? But beforehand, I don't know. It depends. It depends on what it is, I suppose, or how well it's made, that kind of thing. Also, any unique things about them, or their hobbies or experiences. Like, I don't know. Even if I do read that, I'd probably forget the next second. But yeah, things like that. That's what I would want to know. What would you tell me? What would you want to know about authors? Like, don't think of it in terms of like a writer. Think of it in terms of as you're just a reader, and all you do is read books. What do you want to know about your favorite author? And what do you want to know about authors that you've never heard of before? I think I'd probably want to know what genre they write in, like what types of books to expect from them, that kind of thing. Probably the same thing, marriage, kids, where they live, if they have pets. I don't know, that's probably about it. If they're the same age as me, I might want to know something more generational, like, I don't know, favorite childhood movie. That might be kind of fun. So yeah, that's a thought. That actually might be, that's interesting. Actually, I might do something like that. Instagram, like something more generational, and see what happens. Because despite it being some things being generational, some pop culture things transcend generations. So anyway, you let me know what you want to know about authors. Okay. All right. So this is a kind of a fun little thing. So there's this thing going on around TikTok, I guess, because I see it on YouTube Shorts too. This jellyfish dance thing. Okay, so I was like, oh wow, look at the way that this guy is moving his jelly legs. And I thought, wait, so he's not the original creator. Okay, so I went around to search for the original creator of this video, and then I saw that the guy with the jelly legs, the guy in the white shirt, you probably know what guy I'm talking about, did a video with the original creator. So I thought, oh, okay, so this is the guy that's the original creator. And the dance is different. The dance is different. They're not doing jelly legs. It's just jelly arms, but it's insane. It's like this guy's name is, I have his YouTube. He only posts YouTube shorts, or not like not many long length videos, but his name is Edgar Vicencio. I'm probably not saying it right. Vicencio or something like that, which is a cool name. And I have his information like just plastered on the screen. So if you want to just look up from whatever you're doing and just see his name and check out his videos, because he has noodle arms and it's pretty insane. So he's the one that seems to have started this jellyfish dance. Somebody added the legs. What I want to know is who added the legs, because so I actually went to look for the jellyfish jam of SpongeBob, and because it's called the SpongeBob dance, but it's not really the SpongeBob dance, because when you look at the jellyfish jam SpongeBob episode, there is very little dancing involved. SpongeBob doesn't even move his legs. It's just a little bit of jelly arms, and then he's like taking his jellyfish pet and they're going around in circles, holding hands and tentacles. What do jellyfish have? Tentacles, legs? And that's it. So there are also this jellyfish dance, jellyfish jam, SpongeBob, like actual copied down to the actual movements that SpongeBob actually does in the actual episode. So you can find videos of people who have done that. And this is way before this TikTok challenge came up. So I want to know who added the legs, who added the leg moves. Because I also saw a comment that said, oh, this looks like the Squidward live dance. And I was like, what is Squidward live dance? So I went to look up a Squidward live dance, and it's actually an episode called Squidward Live or something like that. There was this Squidward is actually dancing on a stage and people boo him off, but it looked kind of, the inspiration probably maybe came from that, maybe, I don't know, but not the leg moves. Nobody is moving their legs like the guy in the white t-shirt. Okay, so I want to know if he added the legs or if somebody else added the legs. Okay, I just want to know. I mean, because those leg movements are insane. Okay, and everybody is doing that in the jellyfish jam SpongeBob dance challenge. Okay, nobody is doing it. Nobody? I don't know. I can't say nobody because I'm not on. I am, well, kind of on TikTok. I'm not really. So anyway, that's that. And we're moving on to the last fun thing. Okay, so I like Kung Fu Panda. And I watched Kung Fu Panda 1, 2, 3 in a row. And what I noticed something I'd never noticed before. And that is dumplings. Dumplings. You know what dumplings are made out of? They have the dough right on the outside. On the inside, what do dumplings have on the inside? They have pork in them, don't they? They have pork in them. So I thought, wait, hold on a moment. Hold on just a moment. Mr. Ping's Noodle Shop, customers? Who are Mr. Ping's noodle shop customers? Who lives in the valley? Okay. Bunnies, pigs. Hold on a moment. Pigs eating dumplings. I definitely saw pigs eating dumplings in Mr. Ping's noodle shop. So, does that mean that the pigs are eating, yeah. So, unless in the Kung Fu Panda universe, there is no pork in the dumplings. Maybe these are vegetarian dumplings. Maybe Mr. Ping isn't, I mean, if you think about it, he has pig customers, and if he's putting pork in his dumplings, the pigs are, So someone asked, I was wondering if anyone has thought of this for Kung Fu Panda ever in the history of Kung Fu Panda. So I looked up Mr. Ping's dumplings, pigs, and I found this tweet, okay, and by this user, Aaron. Username is Righty Aphrodite. Huh, actually, that's a fun little username. And it says, so, if the pigs ate the dumplings from the noodle shop in Kung Fu Panda, were they all cannibals? And there's this very nice screen grab of Mr. Ping with the pigs in the background. So I screenshotted that and I put it here because I thought it was a really nice screen grab from the movie. And I left a comment saying, recently rewatched and realized for the first time, searched the internet and found this tweet. Glad I'm not the only one who wondered. I'm hoping it's a vegetarian dumpling. Because pigs eating dumplings in Kung Fu Panda, yeah. Have you ever thought about that? Okay. Yeah. Me either until I rewatched them. Okay. So, what are your comments at the end of this video? I don't know how long this video has been, actually. I tried to be succinct. I tried not to go off on too many of the long tangents. But, if it ends up being long, it ends up being long. I can't help myself. Do you have any thoughts? Did you have a think? Have you thought long and hard? Or not so much? That's okay too. Comments are appreciated, as always. And I decided for this video I would have a secret word for making it to the very end. So if you are still listening, you should comment. You should comment dumplings. That's it. That's what we'll do. You'll comment dumplings if you've watched to the end. If you haven't watched to the end, well, you wouldn't know, would you? You wouldn't know. So anyway, thanks for listening, friend. And yeah, so this was just a fun video. If you like these Fox and Thoughts weekly thoughts, no guarantee that it's going to be 8 thoughts as there were this time. There could be 7 thoughts, 6 thoughts, 5, 4, 3, 2, even maybe just 1. It depends on the week, I already have a thought for this week, and I already added it in week 2's slide set. So yeah, at least there's one. Anyway, so thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. Do I have to tell you? You know what to do. And hopefully you have some thoughts on some of the points that I made. And I will see you in another video. I will see you. I don't think I will see you in another video. You will hear me in another video. That's more accurate, isn't it? Okay. So, that's it. And the fox is out.